Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Crust Flopcast.
Woo!
Episode 66. 3 more, folks, 3 more. I think we'll actually hit the number before the end of the year.
Right? Oh my god.
So, I hope you're all actually having a good start to the week. And hello, Kiwi.
Hello, Kiwi boy.
And hello, Freya.
Woo-hoo.
And welcome, everyone. Hello, YouTube.
Hey, YouTube.
Now, it's kind of been a bit of a slow, repetitive week in terms of gaming news.
Yeah.
So, don't expect this to go, like, for ages. So, it do be one of those things. So, with that being said, though, as always, ladies and gentlemen, joining me is the one, the only, my lovely co-host and controversial catmate. It is the one, it's the only, it's Damo!
What's up?
Sup, buttercup. So, Damo, as always, as you know, what the fuck have you been up to?
I've been playing for the King 2, because we got onto that now,
Yeah.
on Thursday. That's amazing. Sorry, I got sidetracked by your chat. So the 2 remake, which I will be streaming it tomorrow morning.
Yep. What time?
You know, I don't know. Whenever I wake up, I guess.
Where can people find that?
Over on twitch.tv/itsdamoo.
Daboo.
It's the boo. Been playing some Once Human, some Sims 4. Chaos. Both of you.
Both of you.
Both of you. Yeah.
Daboo.
I've also been playing some Dead Rising remaster as well. That's been fun. I've played some Party Animals, SCP-5K. Also played Panicle with Ivy and Terra, as well as Ivy's husband.
As Sam, yes.
Yes.
To which I tortured. To which he hates me.
Yep.
Which I think I did a fabulous job, by the way.
Fuck's sake. But yeah, so I've just basically been doing that, just chilling and having some fun skis and all that good stuff, really.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. Me? Well, as many of you know, obviously there's been a bit of a run on Legends Arceus. Enjoying that. Obviously some more Bleach Bro Souls, been doing some more Nikkei and Star Rail. And also jumping back on Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I haven't been on that for a while. Also played a little bit of Titanfall 2 earlier, where I pretty much got clapped.
Glad there's no Marip in that game. This is cute.
I mean, could probably make it happen.
True.
But yeah, I have also been playing Castlevania Dominus Collection.
Ooh, very fancy.
Yeah, I was just kind of leveling up in that game, or trying to.
Attempting to, yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, what else? It's kind of just mainly been those, really. I'm jumping on Pokemon Unite a little bit, obviously. But yeah, I've mainly been on the Switch the past, like, couple of weeks. So that's,
That is true.
so yeah,
Our
that's been
first monster. Huh?
with some more games coming soon.
Oh my.
And maybe a Mareep or two. Um,
Wow.
uh,
Yes.
so, with that being said, though, folks, we're not gonna dilly dally. We're actually gonna crack the fuck on.
Fuck you.
So, as you guys may have remember, earlier in the year we spoke about this and kind of memed on it, as has most of the internet. The day before, obviously, a highly leveled memed, and also there was a little thing only about a month or so ago where people were actually somehow seeing someone playing the game, which had a lot of people very, very confused. Well, the day before, devs have actually returned, and they are begging people for a second chance. And by that pleading for a second chance, I mean they come along pleading for a second chance along with a link to a Kickstarter page complete with a manifesto.
Of course.
And it reads, essentially, everyone deserves a second chance, and they apparently deeply apologise for the day before and take full responsibility for what happened. Yeah, kind of easy to take full responsibility for something when you literally just run away from it. Yep. Yeah, you take full responsibility on that one. They then say about check out their plan, Fantastic 2.0, where they will share how they'll fix their past mistakes and are preparing to return better by asking for our money. Because, yeah, that's a good way to actually get people on your side, is by throwing a Kickstarter page right out the gates. Yeah, whoever's their PR manager needs fucking firing in this case.
Yeah, just a bit, honestly.
And apparently they'll be be making an attempt to quote unquote create games that will be loved for decades.
Yeah, I don't see that happening right now after they really had a massive fucking flop like that.
Here's the thing. If they had actually stopped, really overstepping what they were capable of and biting off more than they could chew, they may have actually done a bit better. But instead they shot themselves in the foot. Well, apparently, Fantastic 2.0 will focus on priorities, honesty, and transparency, going ahead in an attempt to rebuild the brand.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
And apparently the new game that is actually on the Kickstarter page is called Escape Factory. And would be a physics-based multiplayer title for between 4 to 8 players. Players will apparently take on puzzles, traps, and monsters in order to beat the game's multiple levels, and the whole thing is quite reminiscent of Fall Guys, according to the article.
Well, there you go, you lost my interest.
Yep. Not only that, but this is much a different tone than the day before. Already big yawn. However, if Escape Factory doesn't reach its Kickstarter goal, the project will seemingly be scrapped. Yeah, no shit. So, there's not really much to say in regards to the article, but I do have to call question. Where do they think they're getting off by coming and doing that? Also, thank you, Little Recruit, for the Prime sub. Where on earth do they think they get off by literally doing that? If they'd come back first with a manifesto on at least like a roadmap of what they want to do in order to correct themselves first, might have had a bit of a better reception in my book.
May have, but that's still yet to be seen.
And it's like, the fact they come back saying all that, and how they want honesty and transparency throughout the company. One of the first things that we're going to showcase you guys. A game that we need your help funding. Yep. Congratulations. You really set the bar high there for what we expect from you guys.
Right.
I pretty much know exactly what the answer's going to be, but Damo, do you think there's any chance that they'll meet their Kickstarter goal?
No, I don't.
Like, let me just quickly have a look. Like, see if I can actually find the actual Kickstarter page, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm curious to see if it's had any traction whatsoever. As like, if it has, I would not be surprised if it's not, you know, probably maybe some people within the company, you know, trying to, you know. Alright, so there has been a bit of attraction to it, right? You're gonna love You're gonna love this. So their goal is $15,337. That is their goal. There are 19 days left. Do you want to know how much they've actually made?
Go on.
2,369. Hey, no fucking chance.
Nope.
I'm not gonna lie. I just click on and obviously I see Escape Factory. Not gonna lie. They don't look like the little bean things from Fall Guys. They look like fucking walking. They look like fingers.
Fingers?
Yeah, look like nubby fingers. Like, let me send you the link so you can just see like yourself. It doesn't look good, Damo. It really doesn't look good. Look at don't even have to click on the link. Like, that's even better. Like, look at the fucking...
Oh my god, they look like, you know, worms?
Yeah.
Worms.
They look like worse worms. Oh god. They may have thought, yes, this will be the second coming. And guess what? I predict the second going too. Oh. Seriously, guys, like all jokes aside, why? Why come back immediately with a Kickstarter? Why not? Why not? Your actions are... Your words sound pretty, but your actions are slaying them. They're completely destroying them. Like, you say you want honesty. I'll tell you what, I'm honestly not going to give you any money. Are you honestly going to give any of your honest money to this honest company, Damo?
No, none of it shouts honest at all. Just money I've run out. That's what that screams to me. I've run out of money, help me. Which...
That's the reason why they went...
For a different reason.
That was actually the reason that was the reason why they went under it originally, wasn't it? It was literally because they had no money.
Something like that.
And it's like... You guys claim you had no money, and all the... and the money that you gained from the day before you were using to pay off debts and people. Which some people weren't even going to get paid because they were working there on a voluntary basis. I'm sorry, but what the hell are you guys going to use this money for? The fucking vending machine? I'll have... Alright, so what? How much money we made from the Kickstarter? Only $2,000? Okay, we might be able to use some of that to get a few packs of Kit Kats, Capri Sun, and maybe a pack of Dairy Dunkables. Oh god. Uh, this is this attempt at theirs is not even like a bad one night stand. You can't even look at it and giggle because it's kind of pathetic in some
Pretty
aspects.
much, honestly.
I'll say this. I hope the people that are actually, trying to that are actually working for the company, that are actually trying to legitimately try and make something to try and salvage it. I do wish them the best, but at the same time, you guys may want to start looking elsewhere. Because it's not looking good for their first attempt back. And as if this is going to be that's just assuming there's going to be another attempt. Instead of trying to actually get people's money, how about they outsource themselves as maybe like a third party thing for a time, where they help other people make stuff, so then maybe they actually get a bit of a reputation under their belt. Maybe actually, build some of that trust back up with people. Just, the thought process.
Well, yeah, you'd think.
But who are we to judge? We do not run the company. We do not know how they are going to do things.
No, of course not.
So, Demo.
Yes.
What have you got for us? I know you actually have a bit of a review on your hands, essentially.
Yes, so in turn, I will do the article about the review, technically, but it's not a review on the article, you know what I mean. Silent Hill 2 dev clarifies CEO comment on pushing Konami to release on PC. Basically, the Silent Hill 2 remake Bloober team has told IGN that quotes attributed to CEO Piotr Babino that the studio pushed Konami very hard to release the game on PC were taken out of context and misrepresentation of his words. According to Bloober, Babino's comment was a casual remark in response to a shareholder's inquiry about the developer's intention to release Silent Hill 2 remake on PC. Bloober said Piotr's actual words were, "The Steam version has generated considerable interest, and we believe that, in addition to PlayStation, for which the game was initially announced, the Steam version will also be a success. Both we and Konami are pleased with the collaboration and are confident that this is not the end of our journey together." And that was basically updated on the 26th. That's from the 26th on the article.
So yeah, literally just after the last episode.
Yes. But whereas on the 25th, the day before that, basically, yeah, it was like the update stated. It was... I don't know, it just went up shit's creek because mistranslation or some shit, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Fugi's working.
Yay! About time, love. So yeah, when I initially saw it, it did not have the update until I checked it today.
Now,
and I think there's nothing I need to kind of express further on the article.
now I do have a question to ask. In regards to things, before you obviously go into detail on your experience so far after playing only an hour of Silent Hill 2 Remake. Did they include the game file?
Yes, they include the game file.
Care to elaborate on what I'm talking about for folks, so they have a general idea on why that's kind of a bit of a joke amongst us at the minute?
Yes, so basically when the casting of Frank Stone was released, they forgot to include the game file.
Day one, folks. Day one. So now, every game that Damo is so excited about and pre-ordered, that is going to be my number one question. Does it include the game file? Was it only 532 kilobytes?
It was 102, 112 kilobytes.
Doesn't fucking matter. Anyway, sorry about that. Had to include that joke in there. Don't worry, folks. Any game I pre-order, I expect the exact same thing.
Yes, well, so on to the review. Now, there's only a specific reason. When I say I've played the first hour, I mean as in I spent an hour playing the game, getting confused and lost and everything else in between. We're literally very much at the very fucking beginning as well. And honestly, I'm very proud by what I see right now. So I had it on the 90s filter because, you know, I was feeling nostalgic. And my god, it's so fucking pretty. It is so fucking pretty. It's so good. I'm very proud.
So,
Like, obviously, you know, day one release, everything's not exactly gonna be nicely polished as much as we all want, but it works for the most part. And on Steam, it does say that a controller is actually better for the experience.
now,
But it's only PlayStation controller, which I don't have, so...
Now, I was going to actually ask if you actually had tried that out yet or not.
No, because I don't have the PlayStation controllers to do it.
Wouldn't a PS5 work? PS5 controller?
I don't have any controllers right now, Chaos. I sold them a couple of weeks ago.
And you didn't tell me this, why?
I did tell you.
No,
I
you
actually
did.
told you in front of a good few people.
No. Otherwise, I would have remembered that.
Yes, I have been saying, like, oh, well, I can't anyway because I don't have my controllers. I've been saying this for a while.
Oh no, most of what you've said to me is no, I can't because it crashes on me.
I have also mentioned about not having the controllers because I had to sell them because I needed money.
I did not know you did that. You had not actually told me. Otherwise, I would have remembered that.
Anyway, on with the review. But I'm definitely going to obviously be playing it Tuesday morning because I want you guys to come on the journey with me, so to speak.
I can scare you shitless.
Basically, yeah.
So, by the time most of you wake up in the morning, you actually might see Damo already live and cracking on.
Yeah.
Because it'll be as soon as Damo wakes up, or at least get some coffee.
Yeah, let me get coffee first. If you don't let me get coffee, that's on you, like, just saying.
Message you at 4 a.m. Get up,
Don't
have coffee.
You wake me up at 4 a.m., I'm gonna kill you. Not literally, just figuratively.
Set my alarm for 4 o'clock.
See, this is why I'm not sleeping this sleepy toppings tonight.
Right. Who happens to have your number?
Yeah, you happen to have my number, but joke's on you.
Uh-huh.
You won't even be able to get through anyway.
David, you sleep with the phone on while watching YouTube. Oh, I could just feel that stare.
Yeah, so that's my review. It's very much fun, and I can't wait to get into.
I was actually going to say, how does it actually feel, like, in terms of, obviously, what you played? Does it feel a bit, like, clunky? Does it actually feel a bit
tiny
smooth?
bit clunky, but it's more on the smoother option out of anything else. And my computer is still worthy because I have the AMD Radeon 6800 XT, and it works like a fucking dream. On high graphics.
On high graphics? Oh. Oh my. Yeah. It actually works on high graphics.
So yeah, that's that.
Well, good. Be looking forward to actually see you go through that while I hit you with farts.
Yeah, I bet you would. I've been training my brain, so every now and again I've managed to convince it that you're pushing a fart button or any loud button within the vicinity.
Demo's trying to brace for ourselves, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Brace for yourself, Agnes. It's that time of year again.
Oh my god. Spooky season.
So, I know. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Alright. So, from one good bit of gaming news to Sony fucking up again. Yep, that's right. We're covering another one of Sony's fuck-ups. So, what am I talking about exactly? Horizon Zero Dawn. So, as many of you obviously may have seen with obviously PlayStation's recent event, which showcased a load of games, most of which people don't give two shits about, we are getting apparently a remaster of Horizon Zero Dawn. I personally think it's at least a generation or two a bit too soon for that, but anyway, Sony, and this is I have looked into this and it looks to be the case. Sony has apparently locked out millions who had access to Horizon Zero Dawn from being able to buy it thanks to remaster's release.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is on PC, so I assume Steam and Epic. So, if you've previously been able to buy Horizon Zero Dawn on PC, you might want to check again, as you could be among the millions who can no longer do so.
Oh no.
With the pending release of Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, Sony has elected to include the open world action game into the list of games that eschew millions of players in over 170 countries around the world. The reason, of course, is the PlayStation Network account requirement, something the original Horizon Zero Dawn release on PC did not require. The problem? You can no longer buy the 2020 release. So the very thing that caused a lot of problems on Helldivers 2 and Ghost of Tsushima is now being put on these single player games that they are meant to be something like the best. Guarantee this is not going to go well. So, with the release of the remaster coming out this month on the 31st on Steam, the original you're no longer be able to add to the cart. So that does obviously irk quite a few people. The fact that essentially now if they want to play it, they're going to have a PlayStation Network account. Now I think at this point that whole argument is pretty much just like to be expected. Especially when it comes to games in general now. Even solo games, you apparently have to make account. You have to make accounts with like third-party stuff or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much bog standard at this point, so get used to it. So it's kind of interesting, especially considering the fact that PSN was actually down for almost an entire night, only literally a week ago. It was down for pretty much, it was pretty much down for almost an entire day, and yeah, well, not an entire day, like pretty much almost like an entire night. It was pretty bad. It was the day I decided to actually stream early.
Oh yeah, I remember what you mean.
So, here's where a lot of the problems come in regards to this. PSN is a service that's only available in a handful of countries. Again, something that we have tackled already a few times on the Flopcast. So that means Horizon Zero Dawn will no longer be purchasable in over 170 countries. There's the same list that countries that couldn't purchase God of War Ragnarok or Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut before. It's kind of making me wonder, are they intentionally trying to sabotage their relationship with the world? And it's like, why? Why do this? Why try and force this? Like, this completely locks out millions of players. And it's like, again, even this article is asking, is saying like, it's mind-boggling why Sony felt they need to do this in the first place. And it's like, if you try and make a US, UK, or JP account when you're in one of these countries that doesn't have the PlayStation Network support, you could lose your account. So it's like, and a lot of people are also going to be stuck with buying the physical games. And yet the PlayStation Pro, they said that there's not going to be a disc tray in it. So again, Sony, what's the ever loving fuck you doing?
Oof.
Why are you literally isolating yourself from the rest of the world? Fuck me, this is a bad idea. Just... I don't know how many... I swear, in terms of news, this is going to be the year I'm going to have to label... What the fuck? Like, I thought in terms of video games, it was going to be a rough year when the pandemic hit. Yeah, all in all, that was actually a not bad year in terms of video games. And yet, Sony seem driven in their belief to shut out millions of players.
Yep.
Congratulations, you have not only limited your market even more so, you are probably going to piss off a lot of other people that aren't in those countries that could access it, but because they don't, because they feel it's disrespectful as well as bullshit. Currently, as it stands, PlayStation 5 is outselling their Xbox X/S. But that's not that surprising, really. Because not gonna lie, if you're gonna get an Xbox, you might as well just get a PC. Not gonna lie, folks. So, I'm just sick of PlayStation and Sony just basically forcing L's down everyone's throat. So, yeah. Demo?
Yeah. I didn't really have many. I only had like 2. So this one, also from GameRant.com. EA is shutting down more games this year in November.
Yep.
And EA themselves has confirmed that NBA Live 18 is shutting down on November 7th. EA keeps running lists of games that are set to have their servers closed in the near future, giving fans a chance to revisit the titles before they're taken offline. Oftentimes, these shutdowns coincide the game being delisted from digital storefronts, but there are times when the delistings happen well in advance of the online multiplayer services being shut down. This year alone, EA has shut down a numerous amount of games as well, ranging from its older big budget games to smaller but still popular titles like the hit mobile game, for some reason, Kim Kardashian Hollywood.
Wait, what?
Is going to be was one of the games that they shut down. I don't know why that one specifically, but okay.
Why is that even a game?
Don't even ask. There's too many mobile games out there, man. October this year, obviously, is relatively safe from EA shutdowns, though Simpsons Tapped Out is being delisted October 31st, November 2024. It's a different story with at least 5 EA games shutting down next month. So, yeah, the game shutting down is the NBA Live 18. And it has previously been confirmed that FIFA 22 is shutting down in November 4th, whilst Battlefield 3 and the PS3/Xbox 360 versions of Battlefield 4 and Hardline are shutting down November 7th.
No surprise there.
Well.
They've been out a little bit too. They've been going a little too long now. Especially considering how
Yeah.
especially considering how the recent Battlefield game didn't exactly do as good as they hoped.
Do well.
No.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. So there's your list. Really, Simpsons Tapped Out October 31st.
Just
Then it'll be delisted and then shut down January 2025.
I never thought I'd ever say this, but I still don't get why there's a Kim Kardashian mobile game.
You'll be surprised, honestly.
I don't play games on mobile phones, so yeah, I would be surprised. I feel like one of these days I need to get myself educated on mobile games like this, on phones on mobile
Yeah,
phone.
honestly. Like, I have AFK Arena and it's so cool.
Yeah. Well, speaking of games that will be having services ended, this one might be a surprise to some people. It's fucking shocked the shit out of me when I read the title of the article. It's coming from NintendoLife.com, and the article reads: Pokemon Unite ending service in select European markets next year.
Ouch, why?
So, what they basically said is they're now obviously European markets. Obviously, immediately, you'd think UK as well. There's two specific areas that's being shut down in, nowhere else, based on what I've seen. And it's apparently ending its services in Belgium and the Netherlands as of the 30th of November 2025. However, downloads of the title won't be available beyond this date, and in-game items, including subscriptions and AOS gems, won't be available from the 31st of October this year. So if you're playing the game in Belgium and or the Netherlands, as of the 31st of October, you will not be able to purchase or do any of the subscriptions in the game from 31st of October. And with this, they also put out a note as well saying, "Thank you to everyone for your continued support of Pokemon Unite. Unfortunately, we have made the difficult decision to end service for Pokemon Unite in Belgium and the Netherlands from December 30th, 2025. As of November 30th, 2025, service for Pokemon Unite will end. The app will no longer be available to download on mobile devices or Nintendo Switch beyond that date. In-game items, including AOS gems and subscriptions, will no longer be available for purchase from October 31st, 2024. Please ensure to use all in-game items before November 30th. No official news has been provided, but as highlighted by our Pokemon Go Hub, it is widely speculated that the move comes courtesy of stringent rules and regulations regarding loot boxes and gacha mechanics in select markets. When Pokemon Unite launched on Switch, we thought the gameplay, well, according to the article, they thought the gameplay was engaging, but couldn't help but feel the game was geared towards grabbing people's purses to win games rather than providing an even playing field for everyone. Well, I can tell you from personal experience, it may have seemed like that at first, especially considering who's behind the game, Tencent. But you don't have to actually pay to win. So I can say that, having played Unite pretty much a lot. So, and if anyone has actually seen my gameplays using the likes of Sizzle and Gardevoir, to which you can get through just playing the game and earning the coins in game, you know you don't have to actually buy the latest Pokemon in the game to win. Especially since Mewtwo came out and was nerfed within less than 24 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
That fucking made me laugh, and it still makes me laugh to this day. People were rushing for Mewtwo, and then they were running away from it. Me, I was running towards it to kick its head in. But yeah, so it's kind of sad. Any Belgian or Netherlands players that I have played with, it's been an honour, and it is a shame. But in regards to the loot box thing, it does make sense. So, although I can't really say much, Kafka. 170 pulls. Oh. Anyway. Damo, you don't have anything else left, do you?
No, I do not.
Well,
Do you want to chat shit for the next 15 minutes?
I've actually got one more article to go.
God.
So, as many of you on the internet are aware of, the controversy around Assassin's Creed Shadows. Well, recently, they announced that the game will be delayed. It was meant to come out on the 12th of November, has been now pushed back to the 14th of February. A move that many of us believe is actually going to hurt them financially in the long run. And it's quite interesting to see them make a move like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason apparently for the pushback was the need to, and they need more time to polish and refine the experience. And this is a quote: "We understand this decision will come as disappointing news, but we sincerely believe this is the best in the best interest for the game." Yeah, it kind of doesn't help the fact that Ubisoft has also kind of run to various news journalists and essentially tried to blame gamers for essentially, I guess you could say, a lot of their fuck-ups in regards to this game. Which, it's a great PR idea. Yep, great idea. Blame the very people you're actually trying to convince to buy your game. Hey, you guys said not that long ago, hey, gamers need to get ready and used to not owning their games. Hey, guess what? We won't have to get used to it if we don't buy your game in the first place. Ha! That was a quote I heard from someone literally a few weeks ago, and I laughed my ass off because it kind of feels very true. Haven't got to worry about not owning Ubisoft games if we don't buy them in the first place. So after they announced that, apparently they also acknowledge Outlaws issues, Star Wars Outlaws, that really did not do as well as they thought. Some people have said, a lot of people, and have turned around and said because it's a female protagonist, which I believe I can speak for most gamers here when I say that's absolute horseshit. It's got fuck all to do with a female protagonist. If the game's bad, it's bad. And if people don't want to buy it, they don't want to buy it. Simple fact. No, not gonna lie, most of the time when people actually go for a Star Wars game, they either want to be flying in ships in space or wielding lightsabers. That's pretty much the two main attractions when it comes to a Star Wars game. At least that is from what I have seen from the general public. Does that sound about right, Demo?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And, well, They're also apparently claiming, quote unquote, and this is according to Forbes.com, uh, an anti-woke pushback.
Oh, what now?
Well, the full title of this is After Assassin's Creed Shadows delay, Ubisoft acknowledges Outlaws issues, anti-woke pushback.
Okay.
I'll read exactly what the article says so then no one can then try and twist these words as my own. Ubisoft is in an extremely rough spot right now with its stock at a 10-year low. A self-investigation into the company beginning to sort out its issues and the announcement that the imminent large-scale Assassin's Creed game Shadows will now be delayed 3 months out of 2024 to February 14th, 2025. Ubisoft was unusually candid about the reasons for this, even to the point of admitting the last game had issues they needed to learn from. Outlaws arrived with somewhat middling scores, which put it in the bottom half of all of Ubisoft's major releases over the last 10 to 15 years. The idea was that an open world Star Wars game was almost a can't miss. But between bugs and criticism of its heavy stealth focus, it didn't do as well as they wanted. And that includes sales-wise. Now, Massive is patching the game, not just to fix technical issues, but even to modify some of its stealth sections to be more player-friendly. Plus, additional improvements to combat more generally. Then Ubisoft surprisingly tactically now acknowledged a narrative that its games have become too quote-unquote woke or agenda-driven according to a segment of the internet. Now, this is apparently something that was taken, so this is a quote, so not my words, but what I'm reading from the article itself. And apparently in an interview. I want to reaffirm that we are an entertainment-first company creating games for the broadest possible audience, and our goal is not to push any specific agenda. We remain committed to creating games that everyone can enjoy. Unquote. While Ubisoft already apologised to its Japanese audiences over some questionable promotional materials for Shadows, the pushback was also about the inclusion of Yasuke as one of the two leads, a legendary black samurai, where there are an ensuing debate on whether he is actually a samurai, and a stated idea that it shouldn't be starring him at all. There was similar pushback to K-Vess, leading Star Wars Outlaws as a woman, and a not attractive enough woman at that. No, historical accuracy complaints there, as it was pretty straightforward. Quote, woke DEI talking points there. But it's surprising to see Ubisoft entertain this at all. Now, again, I'm reading from the article, folks. Got to be careful on this one, because I know how people can be. I don't want to piss anyone else off. Just try and inform. With the Shadows delay, I have seen some talk in the community about how they're using this time to patch out Yasuke or reduce his role in the game as a result of all this. That's essentially impossible at this point. This is a 3-month delay for a feature-complete game, and you are not going to tear out the entire meat of the story and replace it during that time. That's not how it works. Which is true. If he's meant to be one of the main characters in the game, to basically have him completely removed would be, well, it would take more than 3 months to do. Let's just say that. It will indeed simply be polish, ensuring the game launches with its best foot forward in the department and has fewer bugs than Outlaws did. It's clear that Ubisoft is in a tight spot right now and all hands on deck at this point. Whether they can recover from recent missteps and launch Shadows as a hit remains to be seen. Now, obviously we have covered a fair amount in regards of Assassin's Creed Shadows here. And it has been seen and pointed out by quite a few people of a certain type of agenda that has essentially tried to be pushed by various game companies. I'm not of that mindset. If I think the game doesn't look good, I tend not to like the game. I'll give it a fair look, at least, but if I generally don't like the look of a game, then I don't like the look of the game. How much they can polish the game in 3 months, a lot can be done. So I assume the QA testers found quite a few things that were necessary for the delay. So, yeah. We shall see what happens in regards of that. Any more news in regards of it, obviously, we will talk about. In regards of certain agendas being pushed, I'm not going to comment on any of that because I myself don't really have any ideas in regards of that. My focus is on the game itself, not the agendas. If it is true that is what's trying to be pushed here, a certain type of agenda, then they may want to retract it and focus on what they claim, and that is to be making entertaining games. So, with that being said, that's about all we've got for you folks. As I said, it's been pretty much a slow haul. Wasn't really much going to be going on, especially considering TwitchCon was not the weekend just gone, but the weekend before, was it?
Something like that.
Yeah. So that obviously having taken place and all the stuff going on that front, which we will not be covering because, well, I've not seen enough information to cover it. So, thank you very much so much for tuning in to this episode of the Flopcast. Our next episode will be on the 21st. Unless anything changes, obviously, in between now and then, to which obviously we may have to change the dates. So, Damo, where can people find you?
You can find me over at twitch.tv/itsdamoo, over on TikTok, it's DamooTV, and Twitter, it is twitter.com/partywithknives.
You. And obviously, as you guys know, Damo will be going live tomorrow with Silent Hill 2. So if you want to actually see Damo's full experience, then do tune in. I myself tomorrow will be doing some more Legends Arceus Cursed Name Run. I do believe we're actually getting close to the end of the main part of the game. So, with that being said, goodbye YouTube!
Bye YouTube!
And thank you very much so much for tuning in. I hope you actually enjoyed this. And if you have, be sure to check out the playlist that has the rest of these over on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/ChaosDragon49. And if you can't be asked to remember that link, just click the button a bit down below on the socials part of the Twitch tab. So, with that being said though, folks, we will catch you all in the next one. Make sure you don't leave any of your belongings behind. Otherwise the Goblin Giants will take them, providing Inventor isn't trying to steal them. I really need to maybe...
French girls, yeah?
I really need to add a button where it's just like, Inventor's just like, they're mine now! No! But yeah, we will catch you all in the next one. And as always, raise your pizzas high and say it with me. Stay chaotic and live for the challenge.
Live for the challenge.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye now.